Alright, so we're looking at the horizontal component. So VH equals V cos theta. Remember, H and C close together in the alphabet. We'll actually be given the value of V. We'll actually be given the value of theta. So that means we can work out the horizontal component of velocity at the start. So the horizontal component, if we think about it, what are the forces acting on it in that way? So remember, horizontal is only that one. So the only thing that's acting horizontally is a little bit of wind drag, and well, we kind of don't care about wind drag in stage 2 physics. Maybe if you're in third year doing some engineering stuff, you might care about it, but here we don't. So once we've worked it out, it's constant. It's not going to change. There's no forces acting in that direction. No forces means that mass times acceleration is going to be 0, which means that the acceleration equals 0, which means that it's got to be constant. Alright, when we start getting into the vertical one though, remember V sine theta, V S, close together in the alphabet. When we get into this one here though, we've got a little bit of more difficulty, mostly because the vertical part here, vertical part, is always changing. It's got gravity involved. Alright, so your job is to find out the initial value here, and then generally you'll have to work out how big it is after a certain length of time. So if we're looking at V final, it's V initial plus acceleration times time, we know that A is going to be 9.8 meters per second squared, because that's what gravity is, and that's going to be downwards. Direction's important, these are all vectors and stuff. We know that time is going to be some sort of value generally given to you in the question, or that might be the bit you have to solve yourself, and V final is going to be one of two things. Now, at this point up here, vertical velocity is nothing. It's at the top of its flight, it's got to be 0. It's not moving up or down, it's got to be 0. At this point down here, the final vertical velocity is equal to what it started out at, but in the opposite direction. So if it went up at 10, so if you found this number here to be 10, then this number here would be minus 10, or 16, like I drawn here. Okay, so this guy is only to do with the up and down one. Okay, and the constant is only to do with this one here. Okay, so there's a really big thing that you need to try and make work in your brain. That and that do not influence each other one little bit. They add together, they merge together to form the overall velocity, but that's it. It's like me, saying, alright, well, I want to move something horizontally, but I'm going to apply a vertical force to it, or I'm going to move it vertically. It's not going to happen. It's like me trying to push the light bulb towards the camera by pushing on it that way. It's just not going to work. Alright, so these two things here are related. They're related to each other, but they don't have any influence on each other.